Good morning, friends. This is Lucinda, Blue Sky Ranch. I wanted to do a review on our high tunnel after a whole season of using it. I want to give you a little view. This is our high tunnel we built this March. It's a 10 by 20 high tunnel, pretty much made out of completely repurposed materials. We used pallets on the bottom that we got for free. We tore down all recycled lumbers. My husband cut down almost everything that we had from other pieces of wood and recycled those, repurposed I should say. On the inside we used 5 cattle panels. On the exterior we bought the 6mm plastic, greenhouse plastic from Amazon. We also attached wiggle wire that we also bought from Amazon and straps from Amazon that we also bought for wind protection. Pretty much the only thing we had to buy here was the wiggle wire, plastic, and the cattle panels. We've also had to use a few T-posts in there, but we already had those. We had the extra piping from doing irrigation. He built the door out of repurposed lumber. And as you can see, he even built the little hinges. Crafty my husband is. So let's go inside and take a look. We did install magnetic screens for the birds, which then we determined made it so the bees couldn't come in unless the sides are rolled up. It's now October 4th. You can see the greenhouse is still producing. We still have tomatoes, cucumbers. Right in here we have eggplants. We have all kinds of peppers growing. My cucumbers are still doing great. In fact, they came back alive once it cooled down. Tomatoes are ripening on the vine. They're not really producing any new ones now, just ripening what we have. This whole row is all peppers. And as you can see, they're doing great. Right now it's 90 degrees in here. It is almost 9:30 in the morning. It has a full facing southern exposure. So inside here we used blue licky buckets from our cows. So those were free. We just repurposed them. And we also had these red tote boxes, which we had from moving. We just drilled holes in them, filled them with Miracle Grow. Let me show you here. Organic Choice Miracle Grow from Costco when it was on sale for $7.99 a bag. The peppers are now coming alive. They love the extra heat. For the summer months when it was really hot, we did buy a shade cloth. It was a 40% shade cloth that we installed over the top. This worked great for the tomatoes, but the peppers didn't really like it. So there was a little balance there that we need to get worked out for next year. We did install a beam here, a rough cut sawn beam. And we wanted that for the weight of the snow and also for wind resistance. We didn't want this thing to collapse. We get 40-mile-an-hour winds here, sustained, and lots of 70-mile-an-hour gust or higher. My husband engineered this entire place. And so far, we've had some serious winds. We even had some snow in March, right after we built it, and it didn't matter. He framed me in a window that opens over here. You just push this handle out. And we also put a screen here. what can I tell you about this high tunnel? Was it worth it? Was it worth the build? Absolutely. I can't tell you the volume of tomatoes that I got out of here. Cucumbers were absolutely insane. The peppers are coming on kind of late because I was calling this my salsa house. And I made a ton of salsa, but I did have enough peppers. I just would have liked to have had a little more coming on at the same time. So now I'm just canning the peppers straight, or making cowboy candy with the peppers. On the ground, we covered the entire ground with recycled cardboard that we kept, boxes, and then I covered it with black plastic. This is mitigated no weeds. Also, we'd put in drip line irrigation to make my life simple. And you'll see, we even have to have a mouse trap in here. This time of year, we did have a few mice trying to eat some of the tomatoes, but we've eradicated them. We also had some ants in here that found that they like the moisture, and we've had to spray and put some granules around. But mostly during the entire months of the summer, we have had zero pests. No fungus, no issues. Look how tall our tomatoes have reached. Our build is pretty tall because we use full-size pallets standing on end. We wanted the height for our tomatoes. Would we do this again? I think so. I think the tomatoes and the cucumbers being able to reach so high just has been fantastic. And look how tall my peppers are. But would we do this again? Absolutely. Wholeheartedly. We only spent the money for these cattle panels. They're about 35 bucks a piece. And we have 5 of them. The plastic was about $100, and the wiggle wire to hold it on. I can't remember how much the wiggle wire was, but it's totally worth it. It pulls your plastic down tight. And it kept it from, when we rolled up the sides, it kept it tight on top. So we did roll up the sides this summer when it got hot. We rolled up from there to here. We rolled it up. As you can see, we get high winds. We've had to anchor this to the fence at one point. And then we're also attaching anchors over here to these huge tractor tire. Well, this is my strawberry bed, but we are anchoring this for the winter months. What would we do different? I think we would put a lot more post in when we built it, just for wind stability. Our location's great, doors are great. The use of the buckets inside is great. I don't think we do much of anything different, just a little more structure stability. We might enclose the ends at a later date with solid wood. But I love my high tunnel. The effort that we put into it was absolutely worth it. Even if the plastic only lasts one season from the winds, and I'll let you know, that's only 100 bags. I got, I don't know, hundreds of dollars worth of tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers, and eggplant out of this. And I also threw all my starts in here after I started them in the house. So it's a perfect thing to add to your homestead for not a lot of money with a great return. I'll let you know after the winter how it holds up. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Okay, everybody, have an awesome day. Blue Sky Ranch.